Coffee production in Vietnam. Coffee production has been a major source of income for Vietnam since the early 20th century. First introduced by the French in 1857, the Vietnamese coffee industry developed through the plantation system, becoming a major economic force in the country. After an interruption during and immediately following the Vietnam War, production rose once again after Doi Moi economic reforms, making coffee second only to rice in value of agricultural products produced from Vietnam. However, despite being one of the world's most competitive producer of Robusta coffee, the coffee industry has become a site of contestations, both real and imagined, within the local and global spaces of interactions. In particular, these tensions are a response to the risks associated with the fluctuating coffee economy, which then intensified social inequality and environmental degradation. Due to the perceived macro-level failures on the part of the government to mitigate these risks, Vietnamese have, on the micro and group level, produced their own strategies to not only address these effects, but to also actively participate in the discourses surrounding the production of knowledge. People who don't add condensed milk to their Vietnamese coffee usually add loads of sugar instead. This version is called café đen, black coffee. Coffee drinkers who don't like their coffee sweetened at all meet incredulous stares, and unless you specify that you don't want any sugar, staff may even add some despite you ordering sugar-free. Vietnamese coffee is traditionally brewed individually with a small metal French drip filter, café Phin. You put the dark roasted and coarsely ground coffee powder into the Phin and pour water onto it. Depending on the Phin, it can take several minutes for the coffee to drip into the cup or glass containing condensed milk or sugar. If you want to pour the finished beverage over ice, feel free to do so. At many roadside kitchens, the coffee is already brewed in advance and stored in plastic bottles under the counter. The coffee lady pours one measure of the concentration over ice and adds the condensed milk on top to create a nice effect of white and brown. In the South, people usually pour their beverage over ice, while in the highlands or the northern provinces, coffee is best enjoyed hot. That is mostly an issue of the climate. The use of condensed milk dates back to the French, who traditionally added milk to their coffee. Vietnam, however, did not have a maintainable milk production back then, so the French imported condensed milk from Europe. The excessive sweetness of the milk reduces the bitterness of the dark roast and makes the beverage even thicker than before, exactly how the locals love it. The use of fresh milk is still not very popular, since most milk offered at the supermarkets is just rehydrated powder milk anyway. Real pasteurized milk like deli milk, for example, comes at double the price per liter than the product of Vietnamese market leaders. Whether you like it sweet, icy and cold, or hot, black and bitter, any time's a good time for Vietnamese coffee.